Yeah, let's start by first things first. Thanks to all the organizers. Thanks for the invitation, and thank you everyone for being here. I'm Philippe. I'll be presenting our product, CrowdConnect, that lets newsletter editors organize their tokenized community. So in very simple words, our clients are newsletter editors, writers on Substack, for example, and we let them overcome some of the limitations of current platforms through the creation of a token so that they can build and operate their community through this token. Super simple in what platform? A few words about the market. So newsletters is really a new flourishing market. It's been led by platforms like Substack. Substack only appeared in 2017. And the number of writers, the number of users, of subscribers, and in particular of paid subscribers gone exponentially. Recently, they've crossed the bar of 1 million paid subscribers. And so obviously, there's been more and more platforms like Substack. Recently, all the big tech companies launched their own. And so we've seen, for example, the launch of Review by Twitter recently. On the side of writers, this is obviously a lot of new opportunities. There's few figures that we know of, but one of them that's quite impressive is about top writers and how these new systems manage to push up wages for them. We know that among the 10 biggest authors on Substack, they all share a packet of $20 million per year through only paid subscriptions. But for all the other writers, it's created new opportunities as well. And if you have paid subscriptions that are around $5 to $10 a month, you only need really a few tens of thousands of readers to make a living out of it. So it's created new jobs, new ways to make an income, at least. Super interesting, I think. And so why is that working? It's pretty simple. It meets the expectations of both writers and their readers. Writers first, they found in the newsletter format what they wanted: freedom. First, maybe editorial freedom. They're not part of a big publishing company. They can write what they want, with the tone they want, when they want. So that's pretty important to them. And obviously, there's new sources of incomes, and they found there some financial freedom. What's quite interesting also is that emails and email newsletters are a super tool for engagement. There's this initial act that lets users subscribe to your newsletter, and so this initial step is super interesting for engagement. And on the side of readers, what we know is that quite interestingly, they find it a super simple way to access news. Everyone's got or almost everyone's got an email address. Everyone's got an email inbox app, and so super simple, super convenient. What we know also is that they found it quite nice to feel the tone of the authors. They feel like they are part of a community, and so we think there's something quite distinct from other news formats here. You can really feel the personality of the author. So everything's not perfect yet. There's limitations on two sides, on the side of editors and on their platforms, their experience of the platforms, and on the sides of readers and market reach also. First, we live in an era where customers like to subscribe to services for TV shows, for music, for news now also, but it's quite unclear how it will come in the end. Today, you subscribe to one newsletter at a time. Substack is thinking about new subscription models where you would subscribe to Substack itself, but it's quite unclear how this will work in the end. Substack is also a super siloed experience. You write and you read on Substack, you can comment sometimes, but you cannot move away from Substack. You can click on links, but that's pretty much everything you can do. Substack is thinking about integrating video formats, but it's pretty hard for them to build that from scratch. In terms of market reach, the one element, key element, is that the average age of the paid subscribers is quite important. It's almost 50. And so these newsletter writers have pretty much difficulties reaching to younger generations that are more used to social media and more visual networks and applications. And what we think is that it's not the first time that happens in the creator economy, but the tokens are a super tool to overcome these limitations. We've seen that with art, but we think that we should think about writers as creators first. And so I'll show you how we think these limitations are overcome on the side of protocols first, but also on the side of market reach. First thing first, the Web3 is built on open protocols, and so in terms of sources of revenues, it creates new opportunities for creators. You won't have to only subscribe to Substack if that's a new model, but you let people, writers, federate and create their own format. So that's what we can see also with NFTs in digital art. There's new opportunities in resale royalties as well. So super interesting, simply as a source of income. Then all these networks are open, and that's the only best way. We've heard talks today and yesterday about that. That's the best way to build very open integrations for video, for other formats, and so that you won't get stuck into the Substack silo. You won't get stuck into the Twitter ecosystem. You can build open platforms, open protocols like that. For communities, for users, readers, you can break the traditional one-way author-to-reader communication, and you find there, through a simple tool that we call token gating, a way to enhance this communication, to make other platforms like Discord, your chat, your video chat, and your meetup application integrate with your newsletter, so that really easily not only the author is talking to his readers, but the whole community can talk to each other. You've got increased interactions within the community. And obviously, we've seen that in other markets, like digital art again. But the NFT market is rising. It's led by younger generations, and you can reach quite easily that way a younger audience. So that's quite an interesting match to overcome the limitations we've seen with only one tool. And so that's what we're trying to do. What we do with CrowdConnect is super simple. There are smart contracts and the blockchain behind the curtain, but for our clients, everything is accessible through a simple web application. So our clients are newsletter editors, users of Substack, for example, and we let them create or attach a community token. And through a simple service, through token gates, like VIP tickets, let them build and operate their community. The user flow is pretty simple. You plan an event, you plan, for example, on releasing a YouTube video for your community at that day. You announce it through your user's wallet, Web3 wallet, that's super integrated, and then you analyze the impact of this event through metrics, through Web3 metrics, how your token is performing, and through Web2 metrics, how my video is performing on YouTube. Super simple, super flexible. And so, yeah, a few words about our team. The project's been co-founded by two engineers, Thomas and myself. We've previously worked in a consulting development company, and since 2020, we founded Polyphene to help us work on protocols at first, and now we are 100% focusing on the application level and focusing on CrowdConnect. We follow a lean methodology. We try to really answer the best way possible to our clients' needs. So we have 10-ish clients today that help us consolidate the MVP, and if the metrics are interesting to us, we plan on increasing the volume of clients technically through the integration of more perks by the end of the year. And so, yeah, if everything's work according to plan, we would be considering a seed raising in September. So, yeah, let's keep in touch. This is our email. We're super excited about this project. I hope you all see why we think that now comes the age of Web3 application and for creators and newsletters, writers in particular, to embrace this Web3 era. Thank you very, very much for your attention. If anyone's got any question, I can answer. Otherwise, let's note this email address and let's keep in touch. Thank you very much.